host of the Gridiron.
Now, a lot of times, PFF doesn't give the Giants a lot of love, and understandably so. And, I can understand that. But PFF puts the Giants, this specific Giants unit, as the top 5 most improved after free agency so far, right? And, hard to argue with them. I mean, we brought in, right? We brought Slayton back. We brought in quarterback. We brought in offense. We signed a couple offensive linemen. It didn't make us that much better. We brought in some guys on the defensive line. A lot of the guys were just like, some depth, right? We brought Golston in, all that. But what we did with the secondary, we between Adebo, a quarterback, cornerback, right, and then Holland at safety. Giants hit it out of the park with that, and PFF agrees. PFF's most improved units after free agency, after the first couple of weeks, for the most part. There'd be free agents being signed up until the first of pretty much the week before football starts, right? But as of right now, after the first couple of weeks, with the dust now settled on the first wave, right, of free agency, members of media have been taking a look at which teams helped themselves the most since the start of the new league year. Pro Football Focus Max Chadwick recently released his list of the top 5 most improved units across the NFL, which features the Giants secondary. I'll go over all 5 of them. Giants did not wait long to address their defensive backfield. No, so you gotta give. We still. It's one of the things. We still need a quarterback, but we got a good secondary. Hopefully, moving Banks over, that'll be cornerback number 2. Hopefully, might light a fire under his butt. Maybe he'll perform a little bit better. The new secondary coach we got, hopefully, maybe can get him to play a little bit better. We'll have to wait and see. But then again, if we draft Hunter, right? They draft Hunter, right? If Banks, flails around, maybe Banks might be on the bench, and we put Hunter in there. Now we still got a good secondary, right? But you got to really be happy with the Giants, and they're young too, with Newman, Holland, Adebo, Banks, and Phillips, young, very very young. So right? With Kayvon, Burnsy, Sexy, Bobby Akarake, Mike McFadden. We got a young defense. I said if we can add another piece or a couple pieces to the puzzle in this draft, a couple more young guys. Once again, I'm not saying we're going to be a top 5 unit or not like that, but we'll have a nice defense. We should have a nice defense. Just got to stay healthy though, right? Adebo has started 51 of 52 games over the last 4 seasons, and after recording a total of 10 interceptions and 43 passes defensed, the 25-year-old has developed a reputation of being a ball hawk. 25 years old, fantastic. 6'1", 192-pound corner has at least 3 interceptions in 3 of his 4 seasons. Just his rookie contract is up. Now for him, it's paying dividends for him, but his rookie contract is his 5th season. 25 years old. Man, love it. Let's see. His last 2 campaigns, he has 7 picks to go along with an impressive 28 passes defensed. He was able to rack up 3 takeaways in just 7 games last season before his broken leg cut his season short, but 3 takeaways in less than half the season. So at that rate, he was on pace for about 6 or 7 interceptions on the season, which obviously is fantastic. While his 18 pass breakups in 2023 were the 3rd most in the league. And this is going against top-notch players. Right? Adebo wasn't the only major acquisition for the Giants secondary. They also added Javon Holland, one of the top safeties to hit the open market, which PFF's Mason Cameron deemed one of the top 5 perfect scheme fits from free agency. Love it. The 6'1", 205-pound safety has played in 60 games, 57 starts across his first 4 seasons with the Dolphins. His career totals include 301 tackles, 219 solo, 5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 10 quarterback hits. I mean, so he can get to the quarterback, right? If you let him go, if you send him, if you blitz him, he knows how to get home. He has 10 quarterback hits, 5 interceptions, 25 passes defensed, 5 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 1 defensive touchdown. Most importantly, Holland has been one of PFF's top safeties in coverage over the past few seasons. His presence in the defensive backfield should provide a boost to everyone else in the secondary. And it was 2 years ago, I think he graded out a 90. A freaking 90. Whew. With none of the starters from the secondary topping 26. It's unbelievable. Really is. I mean, you got to give Shane some credit there, right? With none of the starters from the secondary topping 26 years old. Once this season comes around, the young nucleus of defensive backs will have the opportunity to grow together as they enter their prime years. Now, I'll go over the other groups in just a second, but you figure, right? And now, of course, you don't know how long we're going to be keeping Banks around. You don't know, right? You don't know. We're going to pick up his 5th-year option in a couple of years. If he's their second cornerback, you don't know. But, I mean, we signed Adebo, I think, to 3 years, right? We got Holland for, I think, 3 years. Newman, we got him for another 3 years, right? 4 years, right? He played once, so we got him for 3 more years. We got Phillips for at least another 3 years. Flott, I think this might be his last season. We could maybe certainly bring him back, right? But at least for the next, and the same thing with Banks. Now, Banks, we'd have to pick up his 5th-year option. I don't know if we're going to do that. But we got Banks for at least another 2 seasons, right? So, 4 out of the 5 guys that the Giants have as starters this season will be around for the next 3 seasons. And they're all young. And we can always re-sign them if things work out well, right? So let me go over the other 4. All right, so we got here. 2025 NFL free agency, the 5 most improved units, according to PFF. That's all this goes by here. Arizona Cardinals, their defensive line. Cardinals have had the 5th lowest graded defensive line in the NFL last season. In response, Arizona invested nearly $125 million in their defensive front. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but so the Cardinals' defensive line got well improved. Chicago Bears' offensive line. There hasn't been a single position unit that has been upgraded more than the Chicago offensive line. It was clearly a priority for new head coach Ben Johnson as the Bears traded for a couple of guards in Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson. The former has been one of the 10 highest graded guards in 8 consecutive seasons. So then the Minnesota Vikings offensive line, they got Freeze, right? We were going after him too, but he wound up settling with Minnesota. The Vikings are seemingly entering 2025 with J.J. McCarthy as their starting quarterback, and they want to protect him, right? Minnesota's attempting to help out last year's top 10 pick by investing in its interior offensive line by adding a couple of former Indianapolis Colts, right? Let's see, Ryan Kelly takes over at center. So they let Bradbury go. And the Vikings also added guard Will Fries. Or Fries. It's Fries, I guess it is. So, as I said, the Giants were going after Fries as well, and they wound up taking Minnesota. Can't blame them. The Washington Commanders supporting cast on offense. Okay. While it's not necessarily a specific position group, the Commanders have done an excellent job of surrounding franchise quarterback Jaden Daniels with a better ecosystem. Washington solved its biggest issue at left tackle by trading for Larry Tunsil. Can't beat that. During his 6 years with Texans, his 92.3 pass blocking grade ranked second among all qualifying tackles. I mean, that's just freaking ridiculous. The Commanders weren't done, though, also trading for Deebo Samuel. Since 2021, the former San Francisco 49er has 92 forced missed tackles after the catch, which is 19 more than any other wideout. He's battled injuries and his play has dipped a bit last year. But Samuel is a perfect complement to Terry McLaurin. So you got to watch out. They got a nice dynamic duo going on there, especially if they can stay healthy. That's going to do nothing but help Jaden Daniels. So after making the NFC Championship game, Washington is rightly going all in while Daniels is on a rookie contract. Absolutely. I mean, that's what you want to do. You got your quarterback in the future. He's on the cheap, right? I don't know what he's costing him. I mean, maybe $8. Yeah, about $8 million. So, I mean, you got your starting quarter, and then you pick up his fifth-year option. Might cost him $20, $25 million or something like that. So, for 5 years, he's on the cheap. Push everything into the middle of the table. Get all the pieces and the parts around Jaden Daniel. He took him to the championship game last year. Let's see if he can maybe bring him a little bit farther this year. Who knows? But then, worse than the Giants secondary. That's their other one. The Giants had the 6th worst coverage grade in the NFL last year and emphasized fixing that through free agency, signing Javon Holland and cornerback Paulson Adebo to deals totaling nearly $100 million. Holland is a perfect replacement for Xavier McKinney, who departed last year for the Green Bay Packers. Since entering the NFL in 2021, Holland's 91.3 coverage grade ranks tied for 5th among all safeties. Adebo is coming off a bit of a down season, but in 2023, he was one of the 15th highest graded and most valuable cornerbacks according to PFF's win above replacement metric. Whatever the heck that means. I have no idea. But, without question, the Giants certainly upgraded their secondary. So they did a fantastic job. I said, not only did they upgrade it, but they kept them. The guys are young as well, too. So really, really good. So Giants got themselves a new quarterback. Now they're going to bring in another veteran. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Or they're going to wait until draft night to take another quarterback. And if they do, they're going to take it at number 3, or they're going to wait to the 2nd round, to the 3rd round. We'll have to wait and see. Tune in as the New York Giants turn. All right, guys, been 57 minutes. Whoever spends any time listening to me live, thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching a replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.